I mean, good. You can't just tell me once and I'll be like, yeah, okay, sure, I'll do it.
Yeah. This is With an S, a music commentary podcast where we talk about all things Afrobeats, ranging from new music to more serious issues within the music industry. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of With an S with your Afrobeats Avengers. Or should I say Avenger? Because, we're a couple of Avengers lights today. They're out fighting crime, nothing too crazy.
What do you mean by that?
Also, you're just hearing a voice that you've probably never heard on the podcast before. I was going to introduce her, but she's like, nah. I'm about to introduce myself. But let me get to it. Today, we are happy to be joined by a special guest who is a lady that is carving out a unique lane that is entirely her own. Very talented, very bold, very emphatic, very cold. Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, Kold AF. Please give me some ginger. Come on.
Yeah, it's Kold AF, singer-songwriter, soon to be superstar and fashion icon.
I love it. Welcome to the podcast, man.
Thank you.
Before anything else, I wanted to say happy birthday from With an S, because it was your birthday yesterday. And also, we wanted to hand you a little something that we would like you to open up. Yeah. Let the camera see it. Just a little something.
Do that.
Just a little token, because it was your birthday and wanted to appreciate you. But yeah, how does it feel to be a year older?
It feels like time is going.
Time is going? Why?
Yeah.
Why does it feel like time is going?
Because I have a goal. I have goals, actually. I'm trying to get there. I'm like, we got to double the hustle now.
But were there deadlines to these goals?
I mean, not necessarily. Music is very random. So not necessarily, but I also have plans to have a family as well.
Fair. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. I don't know if obviously music somewhat complicates that to a degree.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because I even think about Lauryn Hill and how for a chunk of her career, people would always tell her that when you have a baby, it's going to make things so much more difficult. And I think that's what the song To Zion is about and everything. So it's interesting that you're thinking about that as well. But I want to start from OAU. Yeah.
Sorry.
Why'd you laugh?
No, the laugh was just random.
Nervous laughter?
No, I just laugh
okay.
like that sometimes.
So you studied law at OAU, which gave us stars like, Black Bones, Ashake, Fireboy, DML. What was the creative scene like when you were there? Were you involved in it? And if so, how did it impact you?
So when I got into OAU, because I did pretty great at first, when I got into OAU, I wasn't involved in anything. First year, I was just focused on my law, Second year, focused on my law. And then I was like, this law is not law, I don't like how I feel.
You have that story in common, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, I quit law too because of, but that's besides.
When you say quit law, what do you mean?
I just stopped doing law.
Ahmadu.
Yeah.
I finished.
I heard, I saw.
But I got to law school, but second year, I was like, something's wrong. I'm seeing the passions. Some people are really happy to wake up by 7 a.m. and go to class. I just want to stay home. I just want to be playing music and watching films, scoring music. And it was just on my own, nothing. I wasn't doing anything, And I just felt really weird. I met my friend Isosa. He's a singer-songwriter as well. And he really, really encouraged me. He's like a big factor. I mean, myself as well, because this is a big risk.
Yeah.
It took me 2 years to make the decision. And then, I just knew that law wasn't it.
Fair. It's funny that you bring Isosa up because that was going to be my next question. In the past, you've spoken about how, that conversation really inspired you to take music seriously and take it a bet on yourself. But you've never really gone into detail. So I'm curious, what specifically about that conversation was okay, he has put a battery in my back? Because I can imagine you've been hearing people say you're talented, you're this, you're that. But what specifically about that conversation was okay?
With Isosa, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't one conversation.
Oh, so it was multiple?
I mean, good. You can't just tell me once and I'll be like, yeah, okay, sure, I'll do it. Yeah. Because I really want to sit down with something and look at it, start imagining what I'm supposed to face and prepare my mind for it. It's a whole thing. So it was more it was a gradual thing. He was in the music department, so he would always bring me there, introduce me to his friends, and then get me involved with when they're what's the word? When they're piecing music together and all that. I was involved, basically. Yeah. And, he was always making me see that you can't sing better than these people. People that are fearing that people are good and they didn't blow you. Don't worry, you have something different. Yeah. It was a gradual thing for 2 years. So that was dedication. That's why I keep mentioning, if you check it I mentioned him everywhere because he stuck to it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? This law is not even lawing.
Yeah.
Can we just do this?
Yeah.
Because I loved music since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like that was my first. Was it the first or second? Designing and music. It was one of the first ones, you know.
Yeah.
But I ran. I was like, I need to study something that will bring me money. Yeah, you understand? So I just left music one side. Yeah.
I'm curious. So after the end of like that 2-year like cycle of trying to make your mind up, was it music from that day on? Like, was it just like, I'm never turning back? Or like, did you still have times where it's like, I'm not quite sure. Like, I still have some doubts.
That's why I said it takes me, I'm an overthinker, right?
Okay.
So it takes me time to make a decision. It takes me time because I'm trying to imagine what the issues will be. If I'm going to be ready for it. I can't imagine everything because you don't know what you're entering until you're inside, right? But like, I need to have an idea and I need to prepare my mind. So that's why it took that long to make the decision. So when I said, yes, it's time, no, it was finished. Like, we're going head on, face first.
I love it. I love it. So my next question, I actually have a tweet here from your manager, Excel, who's in the building. Shout out to Excel.
I'm not responsible for this. I just gotta say that.
I have a tweet. It's for March 27th, 2020.
Damn, you research.
Yeah, I've been doing my research.
Damn.
Back when you were Cole, right?
Yeah.
And in the tweets, he says, "This is lit." And it's him responding to a freestyle that you did to a free Jimmy Abdul's beat. Right? And your response to that was, "Thank you," with 2 U's and that red cheek eyes wide open emoji.
Why did you?
I had to emphasize it. Like, I had to give people context, you know?
Oh my God.
And I want to know, is that where your relationship with him started? And if not, like, what is the origin story of
that is the origin. Twitter is the origin story, actually.
Sorry. I
think that's the first ever freestyle I ever did.
Really?
Like, I put
in
online.
life?
In live, online.
Oh, wow.
You get... That was 2020. Like, we're all going through it. Like,
yeah, true.
Yeah, you can see that I was holding like my earpiece and singing to it. Yes. I was doing my thing and I didn't even know I didn't know who he was at first because I was still new to the game, you get. But then somebody was like, Excel Joe, I just tweeted. I was like, who's that? And then they didn't explain. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. And then I think he retweeted and quoted something else that I did.
Yeah.
And then he messaged me and we started talking. But it wasn't like it just went like that, like, oh, well, we're managing, she's my manager, you're my artist. No, it was like a gradual thing.
Yeah.
Because it takes trust, it takes a lot of things, you know. So we had to build that. And some artists are not serious.
Sir?
Some artists are not serious. Yeah, you don't want to pour into somebody that's not serious. You need to make sure that,
So it was a feeling out process from both sides. On your side, what were you looking out for?
Somebody that will not buy me.
That will not buy you?
Yeah.
So finances and money was like number one?
Just like trust is a big thing. I have trust.
Fair. And what was it that you saw that made you feel like, okay, I can trust that this guy won't defraud me?
Before I even knew...
I'm sorry.
Before I even knew who he was already telling people about me.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a very... I don't know if I've said it to him, but like that was a very big thing for me. Like, people can do that.
Yeah.
But there was a difference. Like, he was genuinely interested in getting me a deal, not necessarily asking for anything. He just wanted me to be fine. Damn. So I was like, my best interests are secured. Wow. You know? Imagine
if you didn't post that video. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question is, how did Warner get involved in the mix?
Oh, Warner. Shout out to Warner. Shout out to Warner. I think we properly really, really got into talks this year, but I met Laverne. Shout out to Laverne. Yeah, I met Laverne. Is it last year? I don't know. No, it can't be last year. I know I was coming from school, so it can't be last year. So yeah, I met Laverne and I didn't know who she was at first, but I found out and I was like, okay, cool. Nice. I'm happy to meet you.
Her energy, man. I love it.
I love so calm.
Yeah. Always smiling.
Always smiling. I hope to never see her angry. Okay, I think I've seen her angry.
Actually.
I've seen her angry. They're pissed out. It wasn't at me. Yeah. Anyways, I met Laverne and, since then they had shown interest and invited me to their camp early this year. And it was just a really warm feeling. Like, I just like the people there. And it feels like they're very dedicated and they just see the vision. You understand? So when they see the vision, they're acting like I'm priority.
I love it.
You understand?
I love it.
Me say if I put in the work.
Fair. Yeah, I should be in your comments cheering you on and stuff. Shout out Laverne, man.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a deviation, but it's like a personal like question that I just wanted to like get to know. You're apparently a huge fan of Burna.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is a selfish question because I'm a big Burna fan myself. Off the top
Selfish
of your
like
head.
a Jew.
Say that again. Say that again.
Nothing.
I missed it. I wish I heard.
When you hear it back, when you watch it back, you
No, I hope you got it. I hope you got that. But off the top of your head, what is
joke. Inside joke. I don't mean it to.
No, don't worry. We'll catch it. Off the top of your head, what's a Burna song that you cannot get enough of? Like one of your like all time, like that's up there, you know, and why?
I'm gonna like to party still.
Really?
Yeah, that was my first introduction of like to Burna.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this?
Interesting.
What is this? Like, I can never forget because I think I was in secondary school and I was shouting it. Burna Boy is the truth. Like, they were like,
off that one
whiskey.
record.
See, something is the fusion, is the bro, it was everything for me to be honest. Production, fusion, how he delivered it. He just felt like he was having fun.
Yeah.
I just loved it.
Interesting.
I love that song.
Did you also connect with him on like the Patois level? Because I know that's a thing that's like big for you too.
At that time, I didn't know that I love dancehall, but like I didn't know that was why I was connecting.
Interesting. So the Patois like and Caribbean influences was like, it came after?
No, it was there. Like I love dancehall. It was one of those genres for me, but like I don't know if that's why I connected to Burna Boy.
Fair. Okay, little pivot now.
Maybe though.
What was your, maybe Abby, you never know.
Yeah.
You spent a lot of time in London, like prepping this project, you know, like just going around, like figuring out all the bits and pieces.
No.
You didn't spend time in London?
No, not to prep. Not a lot of time to prep. I was promo, you know. Okay. It was prep, but it wasn't like a lot of time because most of the time that we used to make the projects were in Nigeria.
Fair.
Yeah.
But just like, you know, the pre-release phase.
Yeah.
And I also understand that was your first time out of the continent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was that experience like for you? And how did it impact you as an artist?
This man.
And as a person?
You feel it's like CIA.
Yes, sir. I have to.
Bro,
I have to.
I'm like, I said those exact words.
I have to.
So what did you say?
What was that experience like for you? And how did it impact you as an artist and as a person?
The experience was interesting. I'm so grateful to God. That's my first time out of the continent.
Of your music as well.
Do you understand? Of music. It was like, okay, music is doing something.
Yeah.
Because last year I was feeling it so. I don't know if Excel knew, but I was like, bruh, God, I beg. Please show me something. Oof. Like, show me, like, I'm not wasting my time. Like, it will pay me if I'm like 30 and I'm still here. And there's nothing to show for it, you get me? So show me that I'm not wasting my time. And he did all through this year. So that was like a really amazing moment to go out of the country with music.
Yeah.
And then to meet people who knew me in another continent, you know? And they were so happy to meet me. I could tell, this is not just fake nice. Like they were genuinely excited for my future and invested. You understand? That's even the Warner family, like they were on it. They were, okay, let's set up for sessions. Let's do this. They were really on it. And I performed for the first time out of the continent as well. Awesome. And the reception, I was scared about that. I was very anxious. But the reception was so nice. Like they flowed. You can just tell that music is really the universal language. Last.
Awesome.
They flowed.
Awesome. So definitely it was validating for you.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, were there any like interesting encounters or stories or like experiences that happened that you can share from that period?
So wait. So I'm going to link this to Kaution. The EP is out.
Okay. Yeah, no, we're definitely getting to that.
No, I'll push my music. I'll push my music.
Should.
Yeah, so like there's a song called 9 Lives and there's a song called Mayana. So it basically just talks on if you're grinding, hustling, everything you're doing, you're going hard. You need to take time and have fun, right? So I'm big on that. That's why I went to Upbeat for my birthday. I went to play. You understand? And I was still editing videos the day before.
Oh,
and
wow.
that night. Anyways, so big moments for me. I think it was just meeting certain producers, linking with them. You know, Duke. I love those two so much. And I can't wait to see them again. We have a very good energy and I want to capitalize on that. And just really meeting people and experiencing new things. I've never been there before.
Yeah.
It was like a culture shock for me as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, like there's some things I started acting like them. Say, stand here on the right when you're on the escalator, stand here. You know, I liked it. It was very easy, you know. But then there's also when I went to Notting Hill Carnival. So I went alone.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go with people for this line. So I went alone. I did not tell me that it would be that rowdy. Like, we were jam-packed. Like, if you fall down,
they're going to stomp on you.
You will die. Like, you actually die. Like, suffocation, Bro, you don't understand. Like, I just entered. I didn't know how to come out. And then there was this girl that was trying to push me.
Oh, God.
The Nigerian in me came out. Like, she was pushing me. And I think one of my wrist bands kind of got stuck on her crochet bra. And I kept telling her, calm down. She was like, God. I just dragged the thing. Can you just remove? I was like, then I was like, that's what you get.
So when Excel said you naked at her, you proper naked at her.
It wasn't. But she was acting silly. Like, she quickly, like, nobody really saw. But, like, I just moved like nothing happened. Like, you're even crazy, this game. Oh, man. That was funny.
I appreciate that answer. But I was looking for a very specific one.
What? A
very specific one. And this person is going to be mad at me for coming up with this, but I love you, my guy. Just, you know, it is what it is.
What's your
Did you ever have an experience where, like a young girl, a couple girls walked up to you and, like, you know, they looked at you and they're like, are you famous?
That happened. What picture?
Yeah, so you went to the BBC. Some girls... So you went to the BBC and some girls walked up to you like, are you famous? You look like a superstar.
Damn, I don't. Bro, many things are happening.
Maybe we'll get that offline because it doesn't seem like you remember. But yeah, that was the gist I was hoping for. I'm not guessing it.
I swear I
don't remember. KJ me is very upset.
Damn, sorry. No, it used to just jog my memory like a little bit.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, this is not BBC now. Why don't they remember now?
Thank you, Excel.
Yeah, that was not BBC. I went to perform. That was the first performance I did outside. Yeah.
Okay.
So they just walked up to me and they were like, are you famous? You look famous. Oh my God, you look so good. Like, my hair was all done up and, you know, I was wearing these boots and a gown. I was looking very extra, you know what I'm saying? And they were just very intrigued. And yeah, they just wanted to know what my TikTok, my YouTube, everything. They wanted to watch.
Were they white?
No, they were something. They were something. They were not white. They looked different. I think there's a Somalian girl there.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a Somalian girl. There's another one that was looking white, but like, I don't think
you're really
white.
sure.
Her accent is different.
Fair. What was that like? What was the feeling?
That was cute. I mean, that's not the first time that's happened.
Really?
Maybe that's why I didn't remember like that. But like, that's not the first time that's happened. Like,
in the UK or just
in the UK, like, some people walk up to me, you look like a superstar. The first time I entered my hotel, they were like, you look like an artist. So actually helped me just because I looked like an artist.
Yeah.
Because I was struggling with my bags.
Is that a consciousness you've always walked around with, like superstar energy, or are things like that more like validating in that sense? That, oh yeah, I'm killing this look, you know?
I don't know if it validates me, but like, I know that it just warms my heart. Like, it doesn't, I don't think it validates me. I think it's just a cute thing to see. Because I always, when I'm going out, I'm dressing, I'm looking good. Yeah. And I'm going with a type of aura. Like, I'm not even trying to do it. It's just
who you are.
It's who I am. So I'm walking with confidence, you know, and you're like, who is this one? You guess, so I guess that's what it is. Fair. But I like those particular guys. I actually shouted them out when I was performing. I was looking for them.
Very nice.
Yeah. But
shout
they went
to those two girls.
Yeah, they went to
the Somalian girl and the girl who's also
trying to remember their name.
Something.
Yeah. I don't know what she is, bro. I don't know.
But yeah, just moving on to like more, I guess, stuff that's close to heart. Just from doing research on you, it's clear that your mom.
Damn.
Yeah, sir. I go ham, man.
Damn.
I care. Like, I care. You know?
Okay. I like it's cool.
It's also because I'm not about to like be put next to other interviewers and be looking like that.
Be different.
Yeah. We have to be different. But yeah, from doing research on you, it's clearly your mom like means a lot to you.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You've talked about like her watching you perform at like Barbecue in the Park in 2023. You've also spoken about the music.
God damn.
You've also spoken about the music, I think mostly R&B that she used to play at home, which influenced you. I have 2 questions.
Yes, sir.
So the first one is, what are some R&B artists that Mama Kold played when you were growing up? And then the second one is, what aspects of Kold AF come from her? Like, what aspects of your character come from her?
Oh, Mama, she played many things, so I can't even
Give me a couple.
Think Brandy.
I thought Brandy would be one. I don't know why.
Yeah, she played Brandy.
Because Brandy's like the harmony queen, and like you love harmonies.
I'm not even doing too much. There's much to do, but I'm like, hey, easy, rein it in. She played Brandy, and she played Michael Jackson. You know,
Okay.
she played Lionel Richie. She was just playing different things.
Yeah.
Bro. That woman was on, bro, and she had moods. The night is the calm blues, jazz. You know, in the morning is gospel. In the afternoon is something else. Like she just had. I loved it. Like So I think with my mom, the influence is the R&B.
Yeah.
Obviously, the R&B sides. Like I loved how it made me feel as a kid. Like it was it was just very pleasing to my ears. Like it's just calm. The harmonies are just harmonying, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is nice. And so like it wasn't weird that I started to that was the easiest thing to come to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I leaned to because I heard it the most. My dad was dancehall, sukus, Afro, whatever was there.
Yeah.
Fela, you understand?
All
Afro
the ginger
beats.
music.
Yeah, all those, you understand? That's what he was on. I didn't hear it the most, but like it also influenced me as well.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Where does your... Okay, let me set it up better. You have an interesting way with words, right?
How'd you change the English?
No, because I want to set it up.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
going somewhere.
Yeah,
You have an interesting way with words.
Okay.
You know, that makes me feel like you might be a reader. I don't know.
a little
Is that a
bit.
thing? Okay, you be reading, okay. And while doing research, sorry, I keep saying research, I'm going to stop. I learned...
Because it's investigation.
It's investigation.
Investigation.
If you ever need somebody to like checked out, hit me up.
Bro.
I learned a new word while doing research, and I learned it from you. The word is pinchomic,
I'm crying.
which apparently means tiny or minute.
Why do you know that? Where did you get that from?
We have to know.
Investigation.
We have to know you're Kold AF. Shout out to Nardwar. Where does that grasp of like English and like your vocabulary come from? Especially where does that word come from? Pinchomic.
My mother.
Okay.
My mother.
So your mother is like a big stickler for English?
Not necessarily. It's when she's insulting us. Like, she's like, you see your pinchomic brain. Like be smart. That was from insult. Like, and it was not her fault because I wasn't the smart. Not when I say smart, I mean like, you know, there's intelligent and there's smart. Someone who's like quick. I wasn't the quickest one. So she was on my neck. So anytime I'm not doing something, she's like, blockhead. Pinch on me. So like, that's from my mom. But anyways, she also, you know, she's big on English.
Okay.
And before I even entered school, like properly, she was prepping me at home. Like when my mates are playing. Yeah. You know, when there's a time when they're just playing. Yeah. I wasn't playing. I was playing, but she would give me books to like feel. So I was always ahead with English. And then there's law.
Yeah. Fair enough. And I guess that just developed over time, like took an interest. Okay. I like this one. This one was my favorite. Of course questions. You do. Yeah. I love all of them, to be honest, but this one in particular. There was a tweet at the end of 2023 that I came across.
This guy, though. How long did this take?
I slept at 4 a.m., but that's besides the point.
Damn.
It's because I was procrastinating.
I get you something.
Sure?
I get you something. I owe you something. You're doing a good job.
Thank you. But yeah, there was a tweet at the end of 2023 that I came across which said, music creatives, please brag to us about a thing you did in 2023 that you're proud of. And your response to the tweet was that everything God has done in my career thus far is nothing compared to what is to come. Mm-hmm. I brag about the future and faith. The next few years are going to be special for me.
Oh, beautiful.
If you're comfortable sharing, I'd love to hear more about your faith, like your spiritual journey and how it inspires you as a person and as an artist.
You know what is funny? What is funny is when people see me, because I like black, I like dark colors, so they are always like, this girl. You understand? They're always assuming that, okay, maybe I don't believe in God or I'm just weird leaning in terms of faith. Yeah. You know, but like, that's not the case. I'm a church girl. I was a church girl. I'm not so much now because, I just have beef with the church that I need to resolve.
Yeah.
Until that is done, I don't think I'm going back yet.
I'm crying.
Yeah, don't cry. Yeah, so, but I am a very, 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 very big believer in God. And even though there were times I've questioned it before when I was younger, he showed it. I almost died. I had like 11 ailments from nowhere.
Whoa.
From nowhere. Like,
11
I can't even
ailments.
go into the details because the person that did that to me was somebody close to me. You understand? Like, when you just be like, all these things people are doing, like all these superstitions, I just they talk. Like, I heard and saw the thing that happened that led to the ailments. Do you understand? So it was, oh my God. Like, I was just in pre-degree and I just randomly had backache. We had finished tests.
Yeah.
I was fine. Hear me now. I was fine. I was fit. You understand? I was watching something. I was watching The Conjuring or something. And I just started writhing in pain randomly. Everybody in the block, they were just running around looking for something. They were looking for stones so that they put it on hot in heat and just try and put it on my back. They were like, what is happening? I was screaming and crying. Whoa. And then it stopped. The way it came, it stopped.
Immediately.
Like not immediately, like after like 10, 15 minutes of writhing and pain. And then it stopped and I'm like, what the hell was that? And then they call me and they tell me what somebody did that most likely caused it.
Wow.
And then I'm like, yeah? Okay. Next day, I couldn't stand up from my bed. And this was, let me just cut it short. This was 11 ailments. I was getting bigger. One of the ailments was hypothyroidism. So I was getting bigger, but I was not eating. I was throwing up. I couldn't stand up. I was just I thought I was going to die. You know when some people say, I thought I was going to die? We mean it to, like, you really feel like at any point, your spirit is about to leave you. That's how it felt. And I called my mom. Am I talking too much? Am I talking too long? No, I'm not. So I called my mom and I was like, Mommy, I think I'm going to die. And then she was like, God forbid, your brother just woke up and he dreamt that you died. We're coming to see you. And she came to pray for me. My brother literally used his last bar. My younger brother at that time, I don't even know how old he was, like 13, 12. He just had small money and that's what they used to come and see me. And she prayed for me. And, I just started saying, let me not give in to the thought that I would die.
Yeah.
And I just started praying. And eventually I got better. Wow. And that's not the only time that something has happened to me. You get me? So I feel like, he's been there. I've literally owed school fees almost every year of my life. You get me? And he always comes through for me. In last minute, something always happens.
Yeah.
Always. And you think it's normal. You might take it for granted, but like, I don't, because I would have dropped out at any point, but he came through for me. So he's there for me. My name is literally God's mercy is upon me. That's the translation of my name. Yeah. I feel like he's merciful towards me and my family. Yeah. And I don't take it for granted. No, I don't. Yeah. So he's the only one I'm looking towards. He's the only one that brought me here. He's the one that kept me here. He's the one that's taking me where I'm going. So I don't look to anybody else but him.
Yeah.
That was deep, though. I didn't know I share that story.
I appreciate you being that candid. Oh, wow. Like that is crazy. And I think even just listening to you speak, because it's becoming like a theme on the podcast where like we end up having conversations about God. Oh. So like one of the episodes we're talking to Deji, who produced Wait For You. And he had like a whole conversation about God and everything. But it's just so interesting because like even you speaking about the school fees thing, it always feels like he leaves a space where it's like you're gonna know that it was me who did it.
Oh Lord! There was a time I was like, I'm going to drop out of uni today, but nah, the money just came, bro. So
phew. Okay. I think I'm gonna lighten the mood a little. So
you feel that? Y'all feel that?
I'm curious about your aesthetic, right? So clothing, hair, makeup, art direction, videos, just your visual style, even lighting. Like I noticed that lighting is something that's very big for you because the videos that you shoot yourself. I even also think about like the black suits thing that you did with Emma. For No Pity, shout out Emma.
As I said last week, I was like, he's gonna say that.
Because it was very specific. It was very specific. You almost strike me as someone that like lives on Pinterest. I don't know, like that's that vibe that I get. You can neither confirm nor deny.
No, I don't feel like I did Pinterest, but like not all the time.
Fair. Yeah. But having said all that, what are some things that inform like your aesthetic choices?
I can't even. I've been trying to like pinpoint it.
Yeah.
Like, you know how I can pinpoint that, with music's my mom, my dad. I can't really tell you where this style thing comes from. I just know that I was designing as a kid. And as a kid, my designs, I can't explain it, but it just draws itself. I don't know how to explain it.
Like you're a vessel?
It's like I just start. My road manager is here. He has literally witnessed it. Like, they go. I don't know where it's going. Do you get? So and whatever I end up drawing, I see that, okay, this is where I'm leaning to. Okay, I like dark colors.
Yeah.
Okay, I like a little bit of futurism, just a little bit. I just like weird things.
Yeah.
Things that stand out. And it's not that I want to stand out by force. It's that I just like them.
Yeah.
So I can't pinpoint it, but I know that, my aesthetic, I'm just dressing how I like.
Yeah.
I say this a lot. Kold AF is like my alter ego, but not really. It's like the upgrade of Anino. That's my real name.
Yeah.
It's like the upgrade, the things that I'm too afraid to do, or I was too afraid to do as Anino.
Yeah.
Kold AF gives me like the boldness to do it. So I've always wanted to dress like this, but I didn't dress like this before because I was like, money. I'm looking for money, man. I'm looking for money. I don't have time for this. Let me just wear shirt and trousers and be going. But like now, that I actually have to look good. I'm like, ooh, okay. Let's tap in.
Okay.
Let's tap in.
So essentially, when he did.
Yeah, when you did.
I got you. And also just kind of speaking about confidence. Yeah. So I want to pivot to the music because we talk about personal stuff a lot, but you're not here for that. You're here for the music.
But I'm here for that.
I'm here for both,
Yeah.
But you want to promote your album as well, your EP as well.
Yeah.
So with Kaution, your EP, it feels very braggadocious, very self-assured, assertive. Like you're puffing your chest out on the intro 365 like mad.
Mad.
Like mad. Like I think I was mentioning on the podcast earlier that it reminded me of Bird Sing of Money by Ira Star because she's pretty much doing a lot of the same stuff. It's like, bitch, like this dance, screaming, all that kind of things. And you're talking a lot of like what I like to call cash shit, And
I actually listen to that.
The pod? Shout out to you. Yeah. Appreciate that.
This is my reminder. He put me on.
I love it.
Yeah.
But it seems like you wanted like that brazen confidence to be a point of emphasis on the EP. So like even on 365, you have this line that's like, butterfly out of my cocoon.
Yeah.
So what caused, I would say, like that emergence? Why did you feel the need to be in that attack mode kind of space on this project?
Okay, so I had, in your research / investigation, you might have noticed that I was already telling my fans that, there's going to be a new era. Right. So my previous era, was a little more calm. There are still elements of assertiveness and whatnot, but like it's not like this one. So I wanted something different. I wanted to show a different side to me because there's this side to me and it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you understand? And I don't want people to label me as, R&B, cutesy and demure.
Yeah.
No, I didn't want that. I wanted to show them that, see, if you start to think that you know me, you don't. I'm going to show you another one. So I wanted something different. And, at first I wanted to do, there was a song that I wanted to put, I said I was going to be like, put it there, go put it in your next project. But like, there's a song that was supposed to make it to this project. It's a love song. But I was like, I don't know if I want love anywhere near this. I want violence.
I'm crying.
Violence, and eventually I was like, I was very sure that I want just very strong, hard-hitting songs.
Yeah.
And 365 was the last song I made.
Oh, wow.
Funnily enough. I had the beat for months, but I was like, I'm not ready.
Yeah.
I'm not ready. Then the night that I was ready, there was no lights.
Oof.
There was no light, but I just felt that I just sat down on the floor and started writing.
I love
Bro,
it.
I just did vibe to myself.
Did Maza come first?
That was the first thing I said. Yeah. It was the first thing I said. And 365, the hook was the next thing I did.
I think I can picture it. Being in darkness, like, is it Maza for real?
Bro, I just did sing the thing in darkness. I was like, yo, this is in the tap.
and I'm not just saying this because you're here. Yeah. That is genuinely one of the intros of the year out of Nigeria this year. Like, it's too bad.
It was supposed to be Psycho was really cool. But when I made
intro?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But when I did Masa. I say, let's jump scare these people now. Excel was like, let's do this. Let's scatter everywhere from the job.
So that was his A&R decision.
Yeah.
Shout out Excel, man.
Shout out to him.
He knows he's a bit walk.
Yeah.
But you mentioned cycle must break.
Kumbaya-ish.
We'll talk about it after. But before then, so with cycle must break, I would say, okay, let me set it up again. I've encountered Kold AF.
That's how you always reset
I have
things.
to. Because I'd be writing, it's like, I stayed up till 4 a.m.
Sorry.
So I've encountered Kold AF, the lover, the bad girl, the gangster, the heartbroken babe, like Unbroken.
Okay.
The way you're even forming now, there's the lines on that thing, you hurt me bad and I would always take. It's like, we've seen that side of you too. So I'm used to all those parts. But I would say Cycle Must Break was my introduction to Kold AF, the activist. And I did a deeper dive and found out that you've been about this life, apparently. Like even just down to like your tweets when you would attack like people doing bad politics and stuff like that.
They suspended me one time because I was so pissed at Buhari.
I can imagine.
I was saying rubbish.
I can imagine. There were also a couple for the governor. Like you give them. So talk to me about that side of yourself.
Trust me, there's a lot in the drafts.
No, it's that you didn't put out.
Trust my soul, trust my spirit, I'm always holding myself back. I'm like,
you don't understand.
Calm down.
When I was doing research, I was just laughing. Because, bro, you don't hold any punches.
Woo, Lord of mercy.
And it also feels like you have like a very like defined moral compass. Like this is the line and we're not crossing it. You're supposed to treat people right, supposed to treat people with respect.
Yeah.
I'll see a lot of those things. But I'm curious, where does that social awareness come from? And why was it important to have a statement like the one on Cycle Must Break on this EP?
So I'm going to first start off by saying this was Excel's idea to go the, just a philosophical route. Like what he asked me, what do I believe in? You understand? And he knows that I believe in fairness, like fairness for everybody. Like I've always been about that.
Yeah.
You understand? Since I was a child. And then it didn't even help that I went to go and study law. You understand? You can't talk, say, Universal Declaration of Human Rights treats every human with respect. I say confirmation. Confirmation. Like, can we just... Do you get? So, like, I've been really strong about that. Not to say I'm better than anybody because I'm also flawed. I've also made mistakes.
Yeah.
But I just feel like when it comes to certain things, it should not be up for debate.
Yeah.
So this is something I really felt strongly about. And he didn't tell me what to write about. He just said, talk about something you feel very strongly about. And I wanted to use an umbrella that would tie in something I believe in. And that's like, I think people are just really wicked to each other.
Oof.
Like, it's just a very central topic. It's wickedness.
Yeah.
The greed that we're seeing in this country now is wickedness. Because it's wickedness. Hatred from, like, racism is wickedness. Because, like, why? Somebody is just darker than you. You said, let's just kill this person. How? If you really think about it, racism does not make sense.
Yeah, it's dumb.
It doesn't. You understand? Tribalism from us, Nigerians, it doesn't make sense. And I really like the second verse of Cycle Must Break. It came very easy to me. And it was just talking about how we are, like, the people in power right now, for example, they are like prisoners. They're like shackle bound to their ways. These are the things that they saw when they were growing up.
Yeah.
You understand? People in power then were stealing, were killing. So even though they felt a type of way, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. You understand? They still repeat the cycle. You understand?
Yeah.
The common man, they know how to treat people. You know how they would want to extort you. They know that you should not be extorting people and you should not be wanting to use your power to oppress people.
Yeah.
They've done this to you, but you are passing it on. You understand? So there's a cycle.
Yeah.
And that's why it must break.
Fair.
You understand? So I just feel like it's rooted in like wickedness. You know, humans there's good and there's bad. So
Yeah.
people lean more to the bad because it's easier.
Fair. I also want to call up my pleas right now because
Kumbaya-ish.
what she was mentioning, what she was mentioning earlier was, I think on a previous episode of the podcast while I was reviewing the EP, I said it can sometimes lean a little sanctimonious.
Let me actually just say that
Talk to me.
talk your shit.
Okay.
Yeah, talk your shit. I don't feel the type of way. If you said you didn't like the song, I would still come on here.
I love that song.
No, but like, if you said you didn't like it, I'll still be here because that's what you're about. This is a pod, you know. Stand on your shit, man.
Yeah.
They drag you. Nigerians are angry. Nigerians are angry. They will drag you regardless.
Bro, I've experienced it recently.
See, talk your shit. Don't worry.
But honestly, it's more so to do with me it's very hard for me to sit through like records just because I'm a very like gra person when it comes to certain types of things. So that's what it is for the most part. But I still think it's a great record. And speaking of that, who are the Uncommon Prophets, number one? And number two, whose idea was that crazy ass drum and bass section at the end? Because that shit was crack.
Yo, so Uncommon Prophets, the new collective consisting of myself, Bigfoot, and Remy Baggins.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, so yo, I'm excited. You guys are going to be hearing voices on voices.
How
Don't
far that
worry.
name too?
What do you say?
How far that name?
How far the name?
Yeah.
See, the person. See, Excel, you know Pinky and the brain. Excel is the brain. No, I'm the brain too, but like, yeah, Excel is like the brain. You know, he's always thinking. Literally right now, as I'm sitting down here, he's thinking about something. So this was Excel's idea. It was first Uncommon Problems.
Okay.
Right? And Bigfoot was just joking about something. I think it was Bigfoot or Excel, one of them. Yeah. So they're like, let's do something with that. But we were like stuck on why are we saying we're problems? We're not problems, please. So we said prophets. And the drum and bass, I don't remember. Except, do you remember? Who started? Whose idea? Hey, yo!
So you set up the start and also the finish. This is real A&R, and ladies and gentlemen. That's so dope. That's so dope because for me, it was... The song was already great, but then part of the reason I enjoyed that so much is like it felt like a treat to the listener. For staying this long, here's this gift. And I really, really appreciated that. I mean, you had spoken earlier, like maybe in the year about doing experimentation, and that's like the definition of it, you know? So I really, really like that project. Part of the project.
Thank you.
Now, speaking of production, you mentioned Bigfoot, you mentioned Remy Baggins. Shout out to both of them as well. I want to ask about just the production of this EP. I think it's very rich, very dynamic, vibrant, emphatic, you know, the sorts of thing where you hear some of the beats like 365 and I imagine explosions just immediately going off in your head because like those are the kind of songs that I feel like inform the writing. So like they imprint themselves on the writing because they have so much character that like you have to build around them instead of the other way around. And I think honestly like 365 instantly made me like a proper fan.
Thank you.
So what, and I think like you mentioned, compared to your older work, it was more emphatic, was harder, the other stuff was soft. So was that like an intentional shift from an A&R perspective, you know? And what kind of conversations did you have leading into the EP that like made, so like you're going to like a Remy, like what are you saying you want, you know?
Oh, okay. So for the EP, right? For the shift in sound, right?
Yeah.
So I think Excel and I were already on the same page before it was said.
Okay.
We're like, after Collide, we gotta change it up.
Yeah.
We already knew we were going to change it up. And this is because I'm a very versatile person. Like, put me any genre, I will fit in right in. You will actually forget that that's not my genre.
You know something?
What's that?
Don't lose your train of thought. I saw a video.
I'm gonna lose it.
Don't lose it. Try and keep it. I saw a video where you covered Lost One by Jasmine Sullivan.
How you see that?
I don't know. I just found it somehow. And I was like, geez, I couldn't believe.
How you see that?
I don't know. I just found it.
Twitter.
Maybe Twitter. Yeah, it might have been Twitter. Yeah. But I couldn't believe like what you were doing with your voice. Because you know Jasmine has like these infamous like runs that she does. And you have like that run potential. Yeah. So I was like, damn. But yeah, sorry, you're a very versatile person. No!
Okay, yeah. Okay. I'll get it.
Okay.
Versatile person, yeah. So I can do anything. So the problem of you have to be in this, I'm this artist, I'm that artist. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And that was one of the first issues for me as an artist because I was like, I can't be one thing. I can do many things, so I can't be one thing. I can't do how many years of this and be the one thing. No, now. So I want to have like eras.
Yeah.
You understand? So this was the next one. So Excel was the first person to say it, but it was already in my head. Like, I got to switch it up. And yeah, that's kind of what happened. And we're just making it up as we go. I can't even lie to you. You know, we just have, I make notes about like themes and like feelings and ideas. You understand? And Excel also has notes and ideas and he shares with me. So we just go into a session and we're like, this is how we want to do it. We should start with this. We should start like this. And then we just go from there. Music makes itself, just like when I say I draw.
Fair.
Makes itself.
Okay. So I think over the course of the conversation, you've spoken about like overthinking a bit, you know, like being a lot in your head. I think I've also seen you speak about like being hard on yourself because you hold yourself to such high standards, and also kind of like dealing with anxiety and external pressure occasionally getting to you. So how do you deal with that today? As you know, today's version of yourself, which is like, you know, self-assured and confident and braggadocious. Like, so what has changed to allow you to be able to deal with that better?
So I was a very timid child. And yeah, it took a lot for me to get here. It didn't, because confidence doesn't just appear.
Yeah.
Like I had to fake it until I'm here. Like I had to act like I'm confident.
That's every shy child.
That's every child. Do you understand? So like I had to act like that until I got here. And it's not like I'm up there.
Yeah.
You understand? I'm still pushing and still hyping myself up because there's still more to go.
Absolutely.
You get me? And yeah, like it didn't just come from anywhere, just anywhere. It built up. You get me?
I'm curious about some of the practices that led there. So are you, because with me, I definitely was like a shy child.
You were now.
I was, yeah. And I had to fake it because I had like
crying.
I know I did, because I had like a uni experience. My first uni experience, I went there and I was very like timid, having a lot of lunches alone, that sort of thing. Then I went Then I went to my second uni. I was like, that's never happening again.
Oh my God.
So from that day,
you changed uni.
Yeah. But not because of that, more so because like law. I was trying to study law, so it was like an entry point. But I got there and it was like, yo, I've experienced that, never experiencing that again. So this time I went there and I faked like I was the life of the party.
Are you serious?
I did.
And it worked?
It worked. And after I realized, oh, it's not that hard. I was like, okay, cool. I can do what I want because I have the ability to go back and forth.
There we go.
Yeah. But damn, me telling my story has not made me
forget what I was going to say. I was also supposed to tell you that, how do I handle
it's my bad. Yeah.
So how do I handle them? Step at a time, because I feel like when you're in music, things hit you more and harder than, I don't want to say than the average person, because I was an average person before now. Do you understand? But like I had more resolve and more like, before I break down, it takes a lot. But with music, bro, anything can just do like this. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I'm always, if you were at my listening, you should come to my next one. I mentioned that there's like a voice. I'm not crazy. There's a voice like that is in my head. It's like the calmer me. I'm not two people. God. It sounds crazy, but like it's a calm voice that basically like bigs me up, reassures me, puts me back on track.
Nice.
Do you understand? So I am essentially putting myself back on track. And I also think God has a hand in that as well.
Absolutely.
You get me? So there are a time, because a lot of things be testing me, bro.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine. I'm actually going to get to that in a bit. We're almost done. I think you've mentioned women being boxed into like a certain image in the industry. I think specifically you spoke about like them having to do R&B or Afro and R&B or be sexy every single time. And I'm wondering, how did you personally navigate or challenge those types of expectations in your own career? Like, was there ever a pressure to conform to like that kind of model?
Like, did I feel pressure?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't feel them.
Why?
Not one bit.
Why?
Because like I've just never been that girl that's even always dressed sexy. Like as a kid, my mom, the first time she realized I like black, because I went to wear all black to church one day and she was like, what? And I was like, I'm not removing it though. Like, it's like, I'm not going to church. And she was like, are we? I was like, I'm not. I just kept doing that. Like, she just left me. And she was like, it's like, this girl just likes black. It's nothing related to anything spiritual. Just leave her alone.
Yeah.
And then I like baggy stuff. I just like to dress how I like. So if I like it, it's not disturbing anybody. It's fine. What's your business? Do you understand? Yeah. That's my normal stance before I even entered music. So I was always of the opinion that I see with this sexy thing, because I can be sexy, sure, but like, I'm going to do it my own way. I'm not going to do it the way you want me to do it. I'm a goat, as I mentioned before. I'm so serious about that. You can't force me to do anything. So I'm not saying, okay, this on that, but like, because I can be sexy.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do it the way you want. I'll do it how I want. If you're not okay with it, maybe you go and look for the other people that are doing it. There's enough. Go and look for them. I'm not doing it. Don't force me. You understand? And with the box, shout out to Excel again. Excel is a big part of this, Shout out to Excel again. He also helped me broaden my perspective and horizons in the sense of music. Because I love to write about love before now.
Yeah.
Like, because it's easy.
It's so
just,
easy.
it comes easy for me.
Easy.
You understand? But like, he knew before I knew that I can write about so much more. And he pushed me to do that. And I started seeing that, I be songwriter, you understand? So start writing more, and start exploring more.
Yeah.
You are more than just this.
Yeah.
And that fell in line with how I normally think as well.
Awesome. I think we've spoken a bit about getting dragged on social media. You recently received some backlash on social media, after sharing an unpopular opinion. Okay. So you stated that you think Nigerians are better than some of the music we're choosing to listen to. And I think how the quote went, that you highlighted that while good vibes have their place, they often overshadow intentionality in music. Actually, I want to say the full quote. So you said, if you're being intentional, they're like, you're talking too much. And then you said, why do you feel like intentionality is too much? You can vibe to intentionality, and I intend to make sure you vibe to intentionality. I think you've also mentioned, actually, no, let me skip that. What does intentionality mean to you? And how do you navigate the tension between staying true to your artistic vision and responding to the expectations of maybe listeners and the industry?
Please just hold on to the second part of that question because I'll forget. Okay. So what does intentionality mean to me? Right? So I'm a perfectionist as well. Okay. Imagine perfectionism and overthinking. Very horrible combination. So that comes with me paying attention to detail.
Okay.
You understand? So with my style, I was very stressed. I even had to this music thing, bro. It just takes me out of my comfort zone every time, bro. So with choosing how the brand is gonna be, I had to calm down and just see how it flows, not pressure myself. You understand? So now that I have a hang of it, you get me. I want things to be a certain way. I want things to tie into this. I want things to make sense. And this is just me. I'm not saying that all of you should do it. Do you understand? Now why they vex me when that boy they talk, waiting to talk? I was like, leave me alone. Do you get? I'm not saying that, only intentionality, only this. I'm just saying that when people are taking their time for it to make sense, for it to connect, this is craft. This is spiritual, my brothers and sisters. You should appreciate it. You used to. You understand? People used to do that.
Yeah.
So why is it that if somebody is actually doing something like that, taking their time so that you enjoy music a certain way, you're doing too much? How? Do you understand? It doesn't make sense to me, to be honest. And that's really what intentionality means to me. Taking your time to make it mean something.
Awesome. The second part of the question was, how do you navigate the tension between staying true to your artistic vision and responding to the expectation of listeners and maybe the industry or just other people?
They say that if you make music for people, you are doing rubbish. I believe that.
I think Rick Rubin said something like that too.
A lot of people have said something like that, you get me? So I'm and I'm not even lying to you, people don't know what they want. Look at how they dragged Rema.
Bruh.
They dragged him by the belt. And then they were like, Zeba, the next minute. People don't know what they flipping want. You know what I'm saying? So you give them what you got, and then you're gonna like it. You will figure, don't worry, they might drag you at first. That's why I say stand on your shit. Yeah, so even if you want to say something bad about me, I'll drag you, stand on your shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, see, I'm just gonna do what I want. You understand? I'm going to also do good vibe songs that are not too serious. You understand? There's a time and place for everything. You understand? And I want to be able to give you, something that you can vibe to, just like that.
Absolutely.
Just feel good. But I also like what I like, and I'm not going to change it because y'all want me to.
Fair.
Because apparently you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What's up?
Fair.
Yeah.
Funny enough that you talk about good vibes, because that was going to lead to my final question. So the song 9 Lives is essentially about hedonism.
Yeah.
Right? On it you say, always up for a good time, enjoyment like I get 9 lives. Does it count as an intentional song to vibe to?
Is it?
Because if you say
It's
you
not
want to
that
give people
serious.
vibes, they can like.
It's not that
intentional
serious,
songs.
but it has there's still a purpose for that song.
There is.
There's still a message in that song
Yeah.
that is low-key tied to something serious.
Mm-hmm.
How you need to calm down sometimes and just have fun.
Were you speaking to yourself?
Yes, so. Because sometimes I be doing too much, you know? And that's why I be going out. I told you, that's how I be going out.
Yeah.
You get me? So, yeah, like, it's a feel-good song, but, like, it's linked to something.
Fair.
Last.
Fair. One more
Yeah.
question.
Yes, sir. Well, it's also linked to my style. I was also picking up my style, you know?
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Talk to me about how you felt. Actually, I don't know. Maybe you were in the studio and you heard it in real time, but I want to know your first reaction to that BK verse, because I think that verse is disgusting.
Bro.
I don't know. What
I
he
don't
was
have a
on.
verse on this song. I wanted a verse. I wanted my verse on
Yeah.
this song because it was only me at first and we were trying to feature, you understand? But when he got on the song, we're trying to like keep it short and sweet. So like, let's just have one verse.
Yeah.
And when he sent it, I did not fear. When they said big, I was like, BK, I almost didn't listen to what he sent because I was like, I wanted to just send, and then mix sound. You understand? I was like, let me just listen. And then I was like,
Bro.
exactly.
Bro.
That's the vibe.
Bro.
You know, and I was like, I didn't expect anything less.
Thing is, that was my.
Yeah.
I knew of him because he had done something with AQ, which he smoked. Like, he's so talented. But that was my first real introduction to him.
To him,
And I was like,
there's one song, BK Back. Something is God Back. Go listen to that song.
I just gotta listen
That's
to
that
it.
song.
Because that shit ripped my scalp off, man. I was like, what the hell? Because he's going through different flows. And like, I think also as well as like, part of the reason why I enjoy what you do as well as him is he's doing like the Patois flows with a level of authenticity that shows a person that has studied. Because, you know, there are people who will do it and it's like, it's not sweet in your mouth. With him, it was like, did you grow up in Jamaica? Like, bro, what's this? Like, what is this? But yeah, no, shout out to BK, man. That verse was crack. And shout out to you, man, for coming through and giving us so much time and sharing these really candid stories. We really appreciate you coming through. We hope that when you have like projects in the future, you can come again. And by that time, we should be more like, this should be like the whole gang.
It's fine.
Thank you guys for getting to the end of another episode with us. We really appreciate you guys making it. And once again, if you're trying to reach out to us on any of our social media pages, that's at with an S pod on Instagram, on Twitter, and also use the hashtag with an S pod, and leave us a review because it helps us get in front of the crowd that we're trying to get into. 5-star reviews only. But once again, shout out to Kold for coming through, and also go check out that Kaution EP because it is crack. But until next time, this is me signing out as Deji and also Kold AF. We'll see you when we see you.
Bye.